What's up, everyone? Matt Father here. I appreciate just a second of patience as I get our Integrity recording set up. So that is my passcode for today, and that means that we are ready to go into game number 13. We are playing our last home game of the season against the Melonheads. Be playing host to them at Ekman Acres. Coming off our first win against our human opponents in quite some time. Won our first 3, lost 8 in a row, and then won last week to get back up to 4-8. Still have these last 2 matchups left, so let's get ready to take on Melonheads, and I don't remember anything about their team currently. I've been pretty out of the loop, so I'm going to take at least a second to take stock here. This is our pretty much normal defense, so we're going to keep running with that. This is pretty much our normal offense. I've tinkered with a few things. I don't know that any of them are any better or any worse, so we're just going to run it out there. Got Lindsay Felgate in left, Rosanna Phelps in center, Joan May in right. Okay, we would like to hit the ball to right field if we can. That's generally a tough task, and Sophie Meyer at first base has the height to stop it if we do just kind of try to line it past her. But with her and Angelique, and so Sophie, Angelique, Joan May on this right side of the field, that is a lot of slow players to try to get the ball past. Hopefully something we can take advantage of. Kurt Schilling, strong arm on the mound, strong arm behind the plate, as with most of us, and Marty Cordova, David Marion. Interesting shortstop. He doesn't like to go for the ball all that often. Colleen Klinker is a good arm, good all-around defender, at least at third base. So yeah, we'll have to we'll see how this goes. They've got a little lacking in speed overall, and Ekman is already a pretty slow field, but have some big old power bats, and that does help you out at Ekman quite a bit. So wouldn't be surprised if our human opponents score quite a few runs on their side of things. We'll start off with Chucky on the mound. We just bounce back and forth with him and Nan throughout the season. But having Nan's strong arm at third helps a lot. And that is fair and gone. Fair enough. Lindsay Felgate's going to do that occasionally. And we quickly fall to a 1-0 lead, or 1-0 deficit. And we're not going to watch her trot around the bases because I am a poor sport and don't want to wait for her to walk around the bases. Gotta try to get Davey out here, another pretty strong hitter. It's kind of weak ground ball, fielded by Nan, gunned across to Ashley at first for the first out. Brings up Marty Cordova, solid, very solid player, not truly fearsome hitter or anything, but still going to stick with our general strategy of low and inside left hooks, despite Lindsay just crushing it a couple batters ago. That is just going to happen sometimes. And Chucky picks up his first strikeout of the game on those 3 low inside left hooks. And now we gotta try to sneak it by Sophie Meyer here. 100 power player. Does have to swing the bat to hit a home run though. Yeah, that's scary. Lines it hard, and it's gonna count as a home run.
That's my sister.
Yeah. Lines it hard down the left field line, hits the fence off screen. We would like to be taking advantage of that on our side of things, but yeah, again, not a whole lot I could do about that, I don't think. Good. Good, very hard to hit pitch location.
Ooh.
And we do get Colleen Clinker to pop up to left field where Susan makes the catch, but already down by 2 here in the bottom of the first is not exactly what we wanted. Gonna have to fight our way back against Kurt Schilling here, who misses low with his first pitch to Pablo Sanchez. And a little bit of a janky leadoff hitter for us, but we'll see what he can do in this one. As Kurt misses low with another pitch, that one's it's close to missing low. It is called a strike on that very inside, low and inside edge of the strike zone. Pablo hits that one well out into center, and it fools Rosanna pretty well. Should give him at least time to come in with a double. And I think with how this works out, we can get away with a triple. Yep. So a leadoff triple from Pablo.
I'm gonna crush this one.
I wonder if Colleen is willing to gun it to first in this situation. Let's find out. No, she is not. So we pick up a single with Ashley there. Not that she's slow, but I think a strong throw from Colleen there probably would have gotten her out. Kurt misses high. Marty chooses to throw to third. Almost just barely get Ashley there on the steal, but one of our very few steals so far this season. Marty to Colleen is almost enough there. Should have been sprinting at least a little bit. But worked out. So runners on on second and third for Sydney, who has now gone 2-1 in this at bat. Sydney hits it well right at Davey, who cannot make the catch. Probably could have got Pablo home if I had been taking off, but we'll take bases loaded for Susan here. I'm going to start out power. Got all that one, but pulled it way foul. And fouls another one back. Falling behind 0-2, and we'll switch to line drive to just try to put it in play. I think that's high. Bases loaded for Susan, and a 1-2 count. No outs in the inning. Susan hits the ball hard into the outfield. Not super ideal, but it is a single, an RBI single at that. Everybody's safe. So that means it's up to Jordan to try to place one somewhere. Pulled that definitely more than we would have liked. And the Melonheads do pick up the out at home there. First out, still bases loaded. Technically a single for Jordan. Vincent is going to get us into a double play here. Dang it. Well, thought he could skip that one past Kurt there, but not quite to be. So not only are we out of the inning with just one run, despite all those hits, the Melonheads have an AI power-up to use. It's Chucky uncharacteristically misses inside back-to-back left hooks to Joan May. We are trying to pick at the corners against her, but that one's going to be way wild. Okay. Throw a strike. Yes. Joan hits the ball to Pablo and right. Pablo does not make the catch. Throws it in and does not get her at first base. She hit it deep enough that Pablo's drop gave her enough time. Okay, well, this is not the worst as Angelique Harding steps in. This is supposed to be a prime double play opportunity.
That's my sister.
I guess it is going to be, just with a little bit of a trickier setup as Pablo throws it into first base to get the force, and then we throw it over to second to get Joan with a tag.
We want a batter, not a batter.
Does mean we get a power up to use with Chucky. We don't know what that is yet. Heads choosing not to use their power up in that situation. As Rosanna hits it to Sydney. Sydney cannot make a catch and makes a terrible throw. That is going to force Rosanna for some reason to try to go to second, and we get her out there. So Fabienne leading off. We have a screaming line drive for use with just Chucky Flinder. Fabienne's going to watch first pitch strike go by on the inside part of the plate. And then crush one out towards right center field.
Nice play.
For a solo home run. Makes it even worse that we got out with Vincent last inning. We just had Fabienne batting sixth, she would have come up with bases loaded. But I feel like, pretty sure I had it like that at one point this season, and I was having the opposite problem of like Susan was getting big hits, and then Fabienne was up with nobody on, but whatever. Tie the ball game back up here in the bottom of the second. Sorry that I'm struggling to form complete sentences right now. Chucky steps in and fires off a screaming line drive. That's going to skip past Joan in right field.
Is over here. Heads up.
And I get Chucky out, trying to go to second, unfortunately. Thought I had enough time on that high looping throw from Joan, but nice job by Sophie to get to it and make a throw to second. I do have the juice, so I'm not concerned about burning up some stamina with Chucky there, but I would like to have him get on base. With Nan up next, could be a good thing that he's not on base, because he might have got doubled up. Yeah, this looks like it was probably a double play ball. No real chance to get Nan on, so we'll take the out and move on. So with 2 outs here. Kind of want to try to just sneak out a home run, but and Pablo does just that with a solo shot. Bounces off the front of the kiddie pool in left field. Got a nice outside pitch. Pulled it. Not the most power swing I've ever seen. More like a line drive swing anyways, but got the job done. We'll take our first lead of the ball game, 3-2 Orioles. Let's see if our Weber duo can get themselves on and give Susan another crack at it.
I'm going to
First
smash
up,
the ball
Ashley.
out of here.
Who's going to try a line drive somewhere, preferably out into right field. But it's going to start by taking a pitch well high above the strike zone. Second pitch, definitely a strike. Not one I really wanted to swing at. So we have a little bit of patience here. On that one, though, she cracks it out into shallow left and is able to just trot into first base, despite all those strong-armed throws from the Melonheads.
I'm gonna smash the ball out of here.
If Sydney could do something pretty dang similar, we'd be happy. Although, there we go, out into right field. That should be enough to get both of them on base safely, and it is. Defense was shifted to not be ready for that ball at all. Back-to-back singles, Ashley and then Sydney. It's 2 on and 2 out for Susan Gore. Susan gets a really nice looking pitch to hit. Yanks it. Foul. That one is called a strike. Low and inside. So, 0-2 count. Line drive swing. Take. High and inside. Take. Low and inside. 2-2 now. Susan hits that one hard out into center, and it skips past Rosanna. And that should be enough to bring him run in.
Go get him.
And with some sprinting, Sydney makes it in as well. A 2 RBI double from Susan Gore, giving us a 5-2 lead here in the second. Knocking Kurt Schilling out of the game. He goes over to third. His strong arm will keep him relevant. And Colleen Klinker on the mound now. Solid pitcher, solid arm in her own right. Pretty equivalent swap there. Oh, that one does catch the high away part of the strike zone there on Jordan. So 1-1. These hooks are playing havoc on me, and that one does catch low and inside. Got a 1-2. And that one missed though. Well high and outside. 2-2, 2 outs. Susan on second. Jordan does a good job fighting that one off. Might have been high, but didn't want to take the strikeout there. Little dribbler is going to be enough to get Jordan to first. It's runners on first and second now. Once again, would much rather have Fabienne up here than Vincent Sweet. So that might be a point of reflection for my next game. Vincent takes strike one and then takes ball one. Another strike, low and inside corner. Terrible spot to try to hit the ball most of the time. That one I was really tempted to swing at. Probably could have reached it, poked it even in the right field, but weird looking graphic on that particular hook, and Vincent just hung in there in close stance and fouled it off. Looks high, and is just barely. So full count, 2 outs, send our runners. Vincent fouls another one back. At the very least making Colleen work for it. Vincent puts a good swing on it. So Davey makes the catch out in shallow left, going back from the shortstop position. Whew, that would have been nice if he had dropped it. I think even Vincent could have made it there safely. we're just going to go ahead and fire off this juice on Chucky. He'll be coming back up in this next inning. More juice, keep him on the mound. This is about as easy of an out as we can get. As Kurt hits a weak little grounder that Vincent fields and guns to Ashley at first. We're out number 1, and now we got to face Lindsay Felgate again as Chucky misses just barely from the strike zone. Lindsay hits this one high, but well within the field of play. Jordan makes the catch. I thought either he was too far off to begin with, or that I messed him up trying to move a little bit there at the end. But that's what looked like a shoestring catch. Davey Marion up, hits a hard liner out towards the left. Susan got under it but couldn't make the catch, and it's going to be a single for him, and that is... Oh, Marty's up next. Okay. Thought it was Sophie immediately, and I was a little worried, but Marty, it's not that we're not worried, but we're less worried. So, kind of looking for Davey to try steal, and if he does, that power-up, and that's going to get stuck up on the fireplace out on the right, and is quickly called a ground rule double. Okay. So that could have been better, but could have been worse. Now Sophie's up with 2 outs still. Runners on second and third. She hit a natural homer her last time up. Might still have this screaming line drive available to her, but also might have wasted it with that first swing. We still don't really know, but she ended up going down on strikes, and we get out of there with no actual damage done. And now we get to see how much we really regret Vincent getting out last inning. As Fabienne steps in and takes low and inside for strike 1. It's another better pitch to hit, but fouls it back instead. Should have switched all the way to open stance, I think. That one's going to miss outside. So 1 and 2. And Fabienne, we're basically always just chilling on power. That one might have been just a bit too far outside for the open stance in particular. So fouled off, and that's going to be strike 3, low and inside. Not a great shot at it anyways. So, unfortunate, but strikeout for Fabienne. And again, makes us feel a little better at least about last inning. But also, we got to get Nan or Chucky on here to keep things going. Chucky taking the first pitch for a ball, and the second pitch for a strike, high and away. But still in the strike zone. And third pitch, also called a strike at the top of the strike zone. Not really good pitches to swing at, so just kind of taking them regardless. Chucky hits that one well into shallow center and is going to be able to trot in with a legitimate single there. Should be 2 for 2 if I hadn't messed him up the first time up. If Nan could hit the ball well, I'd feel better about this. The strong arms of these melonheads makes me really concerned about a double play. Although, so far Colleen missing low twice. As Nan works it to a 2-0 count. And this is high, barely, with pitch number 3. We will literally have 0% chance of swinging at the next pitch, and I was going to say next 2 pitches, but it was already a ball. So good job by Nan, works a walk, on 4 pitches. Didn't have to work that hard. That brings up Pablo. There's 1 out. Runners on first and second. Definitely need a power swing in this situation. As Colleen misses low. And misses low and inside, I think. 2-0 for Pablo. Like that one back. Pulled it foul down the left field line. So far foul that we didn't even see it going. That's high, okay. Pablo's little strike zone working out for us there. Is that it's called a ball. Ooh, that's bad. Yeah, infield fly from Pablo. Sigh. Okay. That was a pretty good shot for us.
Out of here.
Maybe could have waited on another pitch. But I don't know. Colleen coming out with a spitball that misses way too far inside for me to even think about just swinging at it. Actually, it's that one up the middle, but looks like they're going to be able to field it in time, and they are. Poor Nan, trying to go from first to second, did the best she could. So otherwise, probably would have been a single if it was just Ashley involved. But what can you do? We get out of there with no runs for us as we go to the top of the 4th. Still up 5-2. To pick up a few more at least, just to hit that break point for the bonus run for playing at home. Or more specifically for having fewer chances at that. And Chucky has been, either I'm just being a little bit more aggressive with going out of the zone, or Chucky's just wild today, because he's throwing way more balls in this one than another game I remember. Colleen fights it out.
That's okay. It's only a game.
It's close to picking up a single, but Sydney, the shortstop, ranging to her left, making a play on the ball in the second base shortstop hole. And a strong throw to get the tired Colleen. We are just as happy to not have anybody on base with Joan May at the plate. It's down 0-2, but fouls off 1 to stay alive. Fouls off a second to continue staying alive. Try to push one to the outside corner, and it goes too far outside. I think this calls for Nan to come in and pitch. Might get a kind of cheap 1-pitch strikeout if all goes well, and might give up a home run if it doesn't. Or it might just be a little ground ball. That shouldn't be a problem for Nan, and it's not. 2 outs, nobody on, and Lee Carding at the plate. And slow balls down the middle. Let's see if she can join Ryan Vanderhoek and just randomly crushing one.
It's only a game.
She can't, and this might. Nope, Nan did a good job of covering first successfully. So Ashley couldn't make the catch, but Fabienne was backing her up and makes the throw to first. For the 3rd out.
I'm gonna crush this one.
And that brings us into our bottom of the 4th, with Sydney leading off and taking high for ball 1. Sydney Susan Jordan is our first 3 batters, at least, in this one. Called strike from Colleen. Didn't love it, so took it. probably just going to be an out here. As a strong throw from Davey does in fact get Sydney trying to make it to first.
Hey, batter.
We want a batter, not
Nobody
a
on. I
broken
feel okay
batter.
just swinging line drive with Susan here and
We want a batter.
hoping for a base hit of some kind.
We want a batter, not a broken ladder.
We want a batter, not a broken ladder.
It's a pretty good dang, pretty good dang, pretty dang good pitch to hit, and fouls it back instead.
Batter. Swing and a miss.
It's
Swing and a
a
miss.
terrible pitch to hit, and takes it for ball 2. 2 and 1 with the 1 out for Susan.
Not a broken ladder.
Susan, line drive, opposite field, crushes that one over the left field fence. That is not what I was expecting when I swung at that particular pitch with that particular stance and swing type, but we'll take a solo home run, of course. 434 feet for Susan there. Increases our lead 6-2. This is where we could use a nice base hit from Jordan somewhere.
We want a batter, not a broken
I'm
ladder.
gonna have to pray for Vincent to do something nice too. Jordan does his job and picks up a kind of cheap single down the right side of the field. Colleen and Marty both took a bit too long to get to it.
Hey, batter, swing!
And with some throwing the ball around, we got Jordan to second successfully. That means we're going to try something with Vincent here.
Hey, batter.
No, could still be better off line driving it. I'm not really sure.
Hey, batter, swing!
Decent pitch on the outside part of the plate, but just fouls it back. I think I trust his line drive swing better just to make contact, so I'll switch to that with 2 strikes as he fouls one back again.
Hey, batter.
Just him getting out here isn't super productive for us, so we're gonna give him a shot. We kind of took away the double play opportunity, thankfully. Yeah, Vincent puts a pretty good swing on it, but we're at Angelique at second, and she does make the catch. At least means we have a runner on for Fabienne here. It's Colleen is now going to go to second. Angelique comes into pitch. It's not negatively impacted their defense whatsoever. Other than Angelique might be able to, once she gets tired, might be able to take advantage of her being on the mound and how long it will take her to get to the ball. But all these strong arms have made it difficult to kind of break their rotation here at all.
Swing and a miss. Swing and a miss.
Fabienne took the first 2 for balls, fouls off the third pitch, and gets all of that one out towards right field. It's gone! 2-run home run, Fabienne Callahan. Jordan Thorner coming around to score as well. Gives us a 8-2 lead here in the 4th. Feeling a little bit more respectable with my result so far. Definitely a scary Melonheads team with their power bats, but I do have some of these kind of dud batters, like I do. But not Chucky Flinder. Batting .550 this season. Just got hit on his left foot. So Angelique gets a little wild after giving up that homer and throws 3 straight balls to Chucky. That means he is literally absolutely 0% to swing at this pitch. maybe like 1% to swing at this next pitch. It's got to be like perfect right down the middle or right here, basically. Nope. We'll take it for ball 4 and a walk. Can we get back around to Pablo? That would give us a chance to break things open. Man's got to put the ball in play in the right spot or draw her second walk. And she takes the first pitch for a ball as Angelique misses low. That one's a strike, but we're not going to swing anyways. I think we're probably only swinging with 2 strikes. Yeah, let's just get that cursor out of the way. Don't care. Yeah, taking it. Alright. With 2 strikes, we are not just going to strike out, because that violates what we're trying to do here. She does put it in play. I don't think it's going to work out for us. Not off by that much. Not the worst contact she's ever made. But alas, Angelique is able to make the play without too much trouble. The sides are tired, but did some damage there in the 4th. One more chance at the plate, but gotta get past the Melonheads offense 2 more times, as Rosanna leads things off with a ground ball to Sydney at shortstop. She throws across to her sister Ashley, manning first base, and we get the first out. These are definitely some of those weaker batters that we can lob some slow balls into. It worked out well with both Rosanna and Kurt there for 2 quick outs. Once again means we have to face Lindsay Felgate. She just grounds it back to Nan, who throws to first. And side is retired, 1, 2, 3. Pablo once again leading things off for us here in the bottom of the 5th. Got a little greedy on that first pitch, low and inside, pop it up to Davey in shallow center, and went all the way out for it.
I'm gonna smash the ball
Swung at that
right
one,
here.
honestly. That's my fault. Sorry, Pablo. Don't think we're gonna get back around to you to give you another shot, but you never know. Ashley takes high and inside for a strike. That's not what we were looking for, as she pops it up to Angelique on the pitcher's mound for a second quick out. Looked like a good pitch to hit, but wrong stance, wrong timing, wrong something maybe. Just bad luck. Sydney steps in now with 2 outs in the inning. And takes low for ball 1. Drives that one hard down the left field line, but foul. Hits the lawnmower in the process. Goes to 1-1. It's a good pitch to hit on the outside part of the strike zone, but fouls it back. Final strike. Gotta swing at it. Rips it down the third base line, and that's going to be a fair ball and a base hit. Next up, Susan Gore once again. This is, I think at least, a case to try for power to start out at least. It's a high strike with the first pitch that we will just take. It's a much better pitch to hit with the second pitch, but mistimed it for strike 2, and switch to line drive now. That one, I think at least is low, and it is. 1-2 on Susan. 2 outs. Sydney on first. That one, I think at least is high, and it is. Staying alive. Good pitch to hit, but had to quickly switch from closed to open stance and just kind of fouled the ball off in the process. Another good pitch to hit. Should have had a better chance of timing it up, but foul it off too. Another strike, another foul ball. Happy to foul that one off, honestly. Missed low from Angelique. Full count. 2 outs for Susan. And then send Sydney on a steal. Susan once again gets a decent pitch to hit at least. And once again fouls it back. Fouls off a cruddy pitch to hit. Really extending this at bat. Trying to draw something out. Another foul ball for Susan. Trying to hit it fair. I think that misses low. And Susan will draw a walk, which is not like the best situation for us, but better than a strikeout. Jordan is 3 for 3 so far. Need a solid swing from him somewhere, though, I think, to make this work. Or to keep drawing walks, as Angelique misses high. Another foul ball. I guess I've just forgotten how to hit the ball into play. There we go. I think that's going to do it for us, but yeah, Davey makes the play at second base and ultimately gives us 8 runs on 16 hits. Probably 1 or 2 of those was more like a true fielder's choice or error or something, but this is going to be terrible. Although they might let us make up for it. Yeah, we end up getting Davey at second when we should have had him at first, so I'm okay with that. Ashley rocketed that ball at Nan, by the way. Bounced off Nan. Chucky came over from third to actually field it. Threw it to first as Davey was trying to already advance to second, but Nan was able to throw it over to second to actually get the out. Marty Cordova takes swings through the first couple for 2 strikes and then goes down swinging for strike 3. 2 outs, but to the dangerous Sophie Meyer up, thankfully at least with nobody on, but really like to just get out of here. She takes strike 1, low and inside. Fouls off strike 2.
We want a batter.
Fireball. For strike 3. One of my favorite ways to end a game of backyard baseball is that fireball down the middle. Dare the AI to hit it, and that time at least they do not. So that will do it for this one in game number 13. The score of 8-2. That is a +7 for league purposes. So got my box score. Send my result in before I stop my recording, which I have not been doing a very good job of recently. And I think my opponents probably already played. Nope, apparently not. Fair enough. So I do not have a real result to share with you yet, but we will find that out in due time. And thanks for tuning in. If you made it all the way through this one, we've had some good performers in this game for sure, and some struggles, but put some runs on the board. Can't be too upset with it. Just wish we had a couple people come through in the bigger situations. Wish in this case that Fabienne had been batting 6th instead of 7th, but that's going to do it for me. Thanks for Thanks for tuning in.